your products and services can never be, products and services for everyone. And you need to be aware of that. And this is one of the reasons why we have developed a concept that we call the ideal client stress test ladder. In order to know your ideal client, you have to stress test your ideal client. And what does stress test means? It means that you want to invest time to know them based on their biodata markers. You want to know that you can access your ideal client because years ago, one of the biggest challenges is that you have products and services, but then you can't reach them. All right, you can't reach them because of geographical and challenges. You can reach them because of policies within a particular country. And you have all these variables. You want to ensure that your ideal client, they have disposable income, because think about it. You innovate the fastest car in the world, but then the people you are selling to don't have the disposable income. They're not going to buy. So are they your ideal client? So there are a lot of moving parts to this. You may even be targeting people that have disposable income, but having disposable income doesn't mean that they're going to be a willing candidate to invest with you. You may have to break through the know, like, and trust factors. So you have all of those variables. So I love what you would have said. Frank, are you hearing me now? Claremont Frank, for some reason you are not hearing. I'm not getting you. However, what we're going to do, I am going to, if Frank, we don't get Frank, we will let us start to get some closing remarks from everyone, and then I'm going to come back to Frank.
10x Branding and Marketing LLC, powering the next generation of unicorns. At 10x B&M LLC, we specialize in market research, brand innovation, market integration, and client conversion optimization. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing the strategic insights and innovative solutions needed to accelerate growth and unlock your company's full potential. Whether you're a startup looking to attract investors and your ideal clients, or an established business ready for market expansion, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Let 10x Branding and Marketing LLC fuel your journey to exceptional business success. Contact us now for a free consultation on how we can position your business to become a unicorn.
What I would like you guys to do for me is to give me your blueprint. Let us suppose that you're talking to a rising star in business. They have not done this before, and you're now able to give them your best advice. I want you to think about what you can say to them to help to move them forward. And let me be the first to start this process. As a rising star in business, one of the things I always say to the students, my community, is that relationship is the mother of all social systems. You rise and you fall on relationship. So there's a new concept that we have developed, which we call the client conversion ladder. And the client conversion ladder really begins with you understanding how to build healthy, productive relationship with critical stakeholders. And we look at the critical stakeholders from 4 different standpoints. I will not go into it today, but I really want to advise businesses. If you're going to start and you really want to build a 6 and 7 figure, 9-figure business, start investing in building healthy, productive relationship with the right people. Let me give a quick example. When you say that you don't have capital to grow and scale your business, the question you want to ask yourself, do you have relationship with bankers? Do you have relationship with private equity investors? Do you have relationship with someone who can put you in contact with someone that can help you with net 36, 10, 90? We have just given you some of that information. At the beginning of this program, we give you that information. When you say that you're not visible enough, you have to ask yourself, do you have relationship with someone like Terrell Humphrey, who is a social media specialist that can help you to increase your visibility via, social media? Do you have that type of relationship? So the next time you say that you don't know how to use AI to optimize the growth of your business, perhaps, do you have someone like a Tina in your corner? A Tina is a AI business consultant, and she really shows you how to leverage AI to optimize your business processes to come closer to cash flow optimization. So relationships is very, very fundamental to the growth of your business. We have Kanchan. She is a fashion consultant, and she has a special skills. because she traveled the world and she understands how to source products at competitive pricing. So when you get that product in your storefront, you are able to do several things. You're able to reduce the cost and transfer that cost to your consumers. That means that you will get the price competitive advantage. You will get more customers coming through your door. You will be growing your business much faster because of Kanchan's skill set. So you don't have an excuse to say that I do not know how to source products at competitive rate. If you don't know, do you have relationship with someone like Kanchan that can help you to accomplish all of this? That is what I'd want to say, is us to emphasize the importance of relationship. If you want to grow and scale and you want to do this fast, my advice is to invest in building healthy, productive relationship with the critical stakeholders. Now I'm going to start with Atina. Atina, what is your best advice to anyone that's going to be starting and attempting to scale their business?
So if you forgot everything I said today, just remember those last four. So the way are you able to stay competitive in today's market as a leader in your own industry? There for only really four categories that you want to be looking at the AI processes to implement it in your start implementing your business. The first category would be the conversational AI, because that would be taking care of your customer service side of it. And the second part of it is the personalization, because that's what people nowadays are craving, for that personalized experience coming from you. And the third category would be your content, your marketing content out there, like what Tara was talking about, your visibility, right? That is really another key point of how do you show yourself in the market, what your brand look like. And then the fourth is how do you connect all the dots together, right? With all those three things that we're talking about, how to set up the conversational AI, and how to do the personalization and creating marketing content and all that, and how do we tidying all the processes together so they become streamlined to your business. So that would be what I would say at the end, how the business can stay competitive in today's market, especially become the leader of your industry.
All right, thanks for that share, Atina. Great share. Really love it. Kanchan?
My blueprint, one of it is, of course, what you first said, is building strong relationships, not just with customers, but with also vendors and everybody involved in the game, basically, be it agents or vendors or customers. We got to do that without sacrificing, getting innovative, like what I explained earlier. For me, innovation is not just creating something unique, but it also getting creative with how you problem solve, getting creative with how you getting creative with how you run your business. Like to give you an example here is there's a very small example. Of course, we stock up inventory in our warehouse, and there are some inventory that is more slow moving than the other, because that has been old, like maybe a 2-year-old worth of inventory. My boss, of course, he encourages everybody. He's like, hey, try to sell this, because he wants to turn it into money, right? And those are one of the wrong decisions of buying that he made. But because again, you make mistakes here, you live and you learn, right? What happened was, he has a file, an Excel sheet, where he displayed the photos of that and the information of that, so that any client, any stores who want it, it's easy to send it to them, right? It's still not moving. So what I did was, I'm like, you know what, who took this photos? He's like, oh, this person took it a long time ago. I'm like, okay, fine, give me the stuff. I'm gonna retake the photos in just different angles and different lighting and just get creative with what I can do with it, basically. So I took nice photos, I displayed the details, I made it very dramatic, basically, and I still added the same goddamn information, and those goods sold. So you gotta get very creative when it comes to problem solving. There are a million ways to do it. It's just sometimes you only see things in one direction. You gotta learn to be able to understand that there is not one way, there's not one solution. It's not as black and white as you think. Like, we live in a gray area, not a black and white. That's what I believe in. And there's always a solution to everything, and sometimes it's as simple as that. So that's one of it. Yeah, we can get creative with it. And of course, understanding your customers' needs is important, and you prioritize your long-term goals is important. Of course, the long-term goal of a business is like what I said, sustainable growth, profitability, and kind of in our case, of course, we have to figure out, like, because we anticipate a slow period is coming, which is December, a slow period for us. So what I have done is a lot earlier, since March, I already started buying for the company things that we could sell in record numbers in June, July, August, September, like that, so that I cover for the slow period already, and we will be fine to ride it out, basically. So we gotta be able to, you gotta be able to forecast and to anticipate these things as well. It's very important, but again, that comes with time, it comes with learning, it comes with making mistakes, and that's okay. That's why you learn from the people who are more experienced. You ask questions, you see what mistakes they make and how they got out of it and stuff like that, So yeah, you live and you learn.
Pitch Deck 101 LLC, out of New York, do more than just support our clients to pitch their businesses to investors access working capital at 0% APR. We also support our clients to grow and scale their businesses faster and cash flow optimize. Pitch Deck 101 LLC recent partnership with 10X Branding Marketing LLC and Global Capital Inc. out of the USA has enabled us to form unique partnership with multiple financial institutions, which means we can do even more to accelerate the success of our clients. Let Pitch Deck 101 LLC give you the support you need to pitch to investors, access capital, access new markets, and grow and scale your business. Contact us now on 332-235-1099 for a free consultation.
Definitely great. I really love the part that you talk about the fact that there are many ways to achieve the business objective, and that's where strategic thinking comes in play. And you clearly demonstrate that when you have the right strategic thinkers on your team, you are well positioned to be successful. Someone spoke about Elon Musk early on, and I almost forgot to congratulate Elon Musk and to also congratulate Donald Trump on the success that they have achieved. And Elon Musk, I know, is a very strategic thinker, very innovative and very creative personality. And it was demonstrated his partnership with Trump, I do believe, and really helped to push, Trump campaign forward. And so I love that. There's many ways in achieving the objective. And I do believe that when you're feeling boxed in, when you're feeling as though there is not an alternative, it's perhaps because you don't have the right strategic thinkers in the room who can really help you to think tank and brainstorm challenges, So I really love what you would have said there, Kenshan. I will now come to Mr. Humphrey to give us his closing remarks and what is his blueprint, his advice to young rising stars in business. Humphrey, all to you.
I appreciate it. So my advice to rising entrepreneurs is to be open to learn. You're not going to know everything when you're starting off. In fact, I'm only 25 and I've learned so much, but I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly getting different rooms. I'm constantly getting different conversations, and I'm never afraid to ask any questions. In fact, I'm not afraid to ask a lot of questions. A couple of months ago, I was in this class, and a guest speaker came in, and he was a manager, and now I'm learning how to be a manager, how to be a leader. And he was a manager, and he had one of his employees there. And so I'm just asking questions like, as a manager, what do you see in your employees to make me say, like, hey, I'm a good leader, or hey, I need to improve on something, or hey, I just need to listen to them even more. He said his number one skill, his number one attribute as a leader, as a manager, is that he always answers his phone. He always replies no matter what. And when he said that, I just thought of like, he's attentive to his employees, and when his employees need something, he's always there. But if I didn't ask questions, if I just didn't keep proning and keep asking and keep learning, I won't be able to understand. Like, there's different ways to gain the information. There's different ways to gain the skills. There's different ways to gain the competitive advantage. But you don't know what advantage you're reaching for, because I have a slogan that says failure is knowledge. And in order to learn from your failure, you have to be willing to try, to fail, to not be good at things. And then eventually, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you start to gain the knowledge. And what I start to really understand is that knowledge is a part of wisdom. And when you have wisdom, it came from knowledge. And when you have knowledge, it came from you failing at a lot of things. So failure is knowledge that you have to, it is because you have to be willing to learn on the go, learning as you are developing. Just be open to new information, open to the new language, and stay what is it, curious. Like, don't lose that curiosity, because if something doesn't make sense, if someone says something that you're not familiar with, ask them what does that even mean, because it will help you understand the language even more. So my number one advice for rising entrepreneurs is to be open to asking any questions and to stay curious.
Wow, I love that. Embrace the pain, and failure is knowledge. I mean, what Tyrell is saying sounds very philosophical. It sounds very abstract, but I want to say this. It is fundamental. It is fundamental. And let me say this. One of the reasons I'm going to say that what he's saying is fundamental is largely based on the fact that, you're starting a project and you're experiencing some hiccups, and it's not the experience that you want. What happens very often when you're embracing that type of experience, you want to chuck and you want to run. And I say to my team very often, no, you cannot do that. There is where the data lies. There is where you should be collecting the information, analyzing the information, and making informed decision as to how you can up level that information. All right. So failure is where the knowledge lies. Fail fast. Fail fast. Don't take a long time to fail. Fail fast. All right. That means that you have to be trying multiple different tools, multiple different things, optimize the failure process, and ensure that you're collecting the data, all right, of the entire experience, because it's that data is what's going to tell you what you should do and what you should not do. And the putting yourself in a position of strength where you have a clear mental picture of things that you should be avoiding and things that you should be optimizing. That is the knowledge that you can optimize and up level to position yourself for greatness. So that is great, Terrell. I just has to expand on it, because people may hear what you have just said, but they may not get it. And there's so much of depths that you have just shared. So I just wanted to add some justice to what you would have said there. All right. Frank, are you able to hear me now?
Yes,
All
I am.
right.
I
Awesome.
have to use, it's my system. I have to use another system.
No problem. Well, what we're going to do, Frank, I'm going to open up the floor to you a little bit, and then we're going to wrap up. I would love for you to talk to us a little bit about how do you see catalyst leadership, which is a term that you have developed. You have developed your own thesis around catalyst leadership. I just want you to give us a brief overview of how you see your thesis helping to catapult businesses forward. All to you, Frank.
And I'm glad you asked that, because I think the last question was, can catalyst leadership help rising stars to optimize their business? And I'm going to definitely say yes, because catalyst leadership can certainly help young startups, young entrepreneurs to optimize. Catalyst leadership, generally speaking, refers to that style of leadership that focuses inspiring and empowering the individual or teams to drive change, to unlock potential, to achieve high performance. When we apply this to the young entrepreneurs or rising stars, those high potential individuals within a company or industry, we see it can be highly beneficial in a number of ways. And the first one is leadership development, where there's personal growth and decision making, mentoring, and coaching. I don't want to go through everything on leadership development because of time. And then there is the building of the high performance team, where there is a collaborative culture that's developed. And of course, there is empowerment. We cannot not say, leave this out, which is strategic vision and innovation, which is a characteristic of the catalyst leader, because this is where you have the thinking big mentality, where you have innovation and adaptability and creativity. Of course, you need to be result oriented focus. That is, that you have the execution excellence and the metrics driven for the business. Catalyst leadership also help with change management, where there's management of transformation, or where there's a crisis management. And then, of course, you have culture building and influence, where you shape the organization culture, where you influence and you network. And I must point out that networking for catalyst leadership is a big thing, because you need people to power your business, to run, to be creative, to innovate. And then you have to develop what's called a business acumen, where you're understanding the business. Because rising stars are often the leadership are often in leadership development programs, and the catalyst leadership can help them improve their business acumen, where they're understanding the intricacies of finance, marketing, operations, customer service. Now, this holistic perspective enables them to optimize business processes. In short, finally, the catalyst leadership can help the rising stars accelerate their personal and professional growth, while also driving their organizations towards greater efficiency, innovation, and success. So when the catalyst leader empowers individuals, they empower them with the right tools, with the right strategies, with the right mindset, which make them better equipped to optimize the business that they're involved in and make an impactful, lasting difference.
Interesting. The right tools, the right strategies, and the right mindset. I do believe that mindset is everything in the ecosystem of starting and scaling your business. My team, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today on the Marketing Blueprint. You guys were geniuses. I really love the depths. I really love the quality of information that you shared. And I'm absolutely certain that, rising stars who are listening to this podcast, they have a lot to take away. So I want to thank you from the depths of my heart. And next week, we will have another episode of this where we're going to go even deeper into strategies and techniques and systems that can really help businesses to make better, smarter, wiser decisions. And remember, when you need access to capital, relationship, when you need access to AI, advice, relationship, you have a Tina here. You need access to support, in terms of fashion consultancy, you have Kanchan. You need support in terms of setting up your podcasts, you have Tero. You need support in leadership, catalyst leadership, not just any type of leadership. We're talking here, but catalyst leadership. You have Clement Frank, and feel free to reach out to us. We are definitely a growing community that is going to help you, rising stars in business, to make better, smarter, wiser decisions. We are not only here to discuss the theory, but when you come into our community, we will give you all the support at the practical level. For example, you're in business, you need capital, reach out to us. Go to the description of this video. You're going to see a number of links that you can just press on and use those links to go get the capital that you need. Any difficulty you get, just reach out to me. I'll be happy to talk with my players and negotiate favorable outcome for you guys. So with that being said, you guys continue to have a great weekend and continue to have a great rest of the weekend. See you guys in the new week.
Gary Thompson, the sales communication professional, best-selling author and private equity investor, says, master the client conversion ladder and optimize your business success. He continues, many rising stars in business try to get from A to Z in a split second in the client conversion journey. That approach will set you up for frustration, time, money, and effort being wasted. The alphabet has 26 letters. Each letter has great significance in words formation and in human expression. The client conversion process has many steps, and when these steps are overlooked, it negatively influences your ability to attract and communicate with the ideal client. You must invest in breaking through the know, like, and trust barriers that allow you to win in business. He went on to say, the first step in your client conversion journey begins with relationships. 1. Fill the relationship gaps. 2. Leverage relationships to overcome client rejection. 3. And position your brand to stand out in the market. Gary wants you to be successful and invites you to call us today to help you master the client conversion ladder, optimize your brand recognition, and increase the cash flow of your business.